Another one. And I'm trying to walk over here without killing myself. Found a neat little feather. Going to try not to get killed, try not to get snake bit. And I've got 2 hours max before I've got to be home. We went camping the other day on a family vacation, and so all of my equipment in the truck got moved out. I forgot about it. I was the one doing the moving and I totally forgot that I moved it. So, whew, that's not good. Creaking and cracking. But anyway, I forgot my chair, forgot my cooler, all the stuff that I might need for a fishing trip. So this is like, and I don't even like mullet fishing. That's what we're doing today, is we're mullet fishing. I just wanted to do some mullet fishing today for some reason. I don't know why. So now I gotta figure where to put my foot. This stuff right here gets you killed in a heartbeat. This is not, I've got my water shoes on so that I wouldn't turn my ankle. I had flip-flops on earlier. Glad I switched to water shoes. Whew, grabbing on that rock isn't good. It moves. Put my foot here. I don't have much agility to begin with, and then after the wreck, that really screwed me over. So, trying to make myself over here without dying. But the video where I went on vacation, that'll be coming out shortly. Probably next 2 weeks or so, you'll see that. Cause we stayed at a nice little campsite, and although it sucked for fishing, it's still a pretty good campsite. I am seeing fish everywhere, but they're bluegills, not what I'm targeting. But I might, whew, that ain't good. These rocks are whooping my butt. I might just have a seat on these rocks when I get there. Call that good. If I don't die. Whew. This is where it gets fun. Whew. I remember coming down here as a boy. Brim have got that covered. Whoa, don't go too fast. You can see where people have been fishing here before. Wish they'd clean up their stuff. I hate it when people leave behind stuff. It's not right. Looking for anybody that might be staying under here as well. Put that feather there for good luck. And they already went away because it found out it was for luck and decided to skedaddle. It's okay, it looked like a bird of prey feather, so I didn't want to hold on to it for too long anyway. I'll put my thump net right there. I'm gonna sit my butt right here on this flat rock like I have since. Now, I've got some stuff in here. I'm trying to call up some mullet. That's rabbit pellets. These are cattle feed pellets, rabbit pellets. They don't last as long, but they'll call them in faster. The cattle pellets, they last longer, but they're not as liked by the mullets. So got that. And this right here is some squished up bananas. I heard squished up bananas are excellent fish food. So I'm gonna take this and toss this out and see if I can get them to eat the squished up bananas. And if you're wondering why I'm putting out all this vegetarian stuff for fish, if you don't know it, a mullet, at least what we call mullet here in Florida, which is black mullet, striped mullet, silver mullet, they are vegetarians. They actually have a gizzard. So oops. Alrighty. Now, a lot of people do a lot of things differently. Get this unhooked. So like I said, everybody does things a little differently. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Normally I like to use cane pole just cause it's tradition. But I got my rod here. This right here is a Condor graphite 7-foot spinning medium heavy. Got here a size 6 hook. This is just a bronze hook, nothing special, and a little cigar float peg cork. And so what I'm gonna do is put this down. I'm gonna sit down, put a worm on, and see what we catch. We'll probably catch some brim right now, but later on we might. Ow! A rock in the butt does not feel good. Holy crap, that hurt. I've been violated. Whew. Jagged rocks. Got some red worms here. Tell you what, this Wormville bill dance worms, they are getting smaller and smaller with their worms, and the worms aren't as lively. So Bill, you're falling down on a job, man. I don't know what's happening, but you need to get somebody to get on that. The heck, threw it out and already had the worm taken from me. That's special, kind of special there. This is one of them bad neighborhoods. Thugfish. I just tossed out there, something just hit my bait. Probably a little brim. A little bite, nothing big. Like I said, until the mullet come in, not expecting much. See if they got my bait. They'll sometimes pull the worms off because worms are real tender. And toss out. See something hit there? Doubt it. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Come on, fish. I have so much faith in my abilities, don't I, guys? But lately, the waters here have been so barren. I'm not expecting much. Fish just aren't here. Not like they should be. And I'm hearing that all across this area. Everybody is complaining about it. That fish are not here in numbers like they ought to be, sizes, that there's a lot of concern over what it can be. One things that we've had recently is that had both Milton and Escambia County dump. The GoPro quit on me right as I was talking about that. One of the reasons why we probably have had so few fish is that both City of Milton and Escambia County has dumped out a huge amount of untreated sewage into our local waters. And you might be like, well, why is that detrimental to fish? Well, because that sewage has a lot of forever chemicals in it. You would be amazed at the harm that Splenda does. Splenda itself is catastrophic to the environment and to wildlife, aquatic wildlife in particular. So, something to be aware of. As mullet's shown up, got brim on here. Just what I didn't want, but I did catch a brim. There we go. That's a female bluegill. You can tell by the shape of the head, the lack of blue, and the more yellow, less orangey red. But I am seeing that the mullet have come in, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to mullet fishing. They're out deeper than what I wanted, but I'm looking at them right now, so. They're right there. Freaking bluegills are being a problem. Can't catch a freaking mullet, but it's raining and I caught me a little bitty shell cracker. This right here is a female shell cracker. You can tell because of the lack of the red on her fin, or her gill plate. They fish off of they eat on the bottom, so that's the reason why I got a shell cracker. When you're mullet fishing, you'll often get some type of shell cracker trying to bite you. I'll get my stuff, move it over here out of the way. I'm tangled up, but one of the good things about a bridge is that it's raining right now and I am dry, so I can be tangled and take my time and get all untangled. Fish are going to act a little bit weird while it's raining. I ain't worried about that. I've fished in rain before, ain't nothing. And it's been raining like crazy around here. So we're just gonna see what we can do. I was about to head to the house and then I noticed some flickering. So what the mullet have done, they can see me because I see them, and they've gotten into the darker water where they feel safer, and so they're flashing all out through there, even though I got the food here. And they'll come out and they'll swipe at the food a little bit, but that's it. So what I'm trying to do is get my bait. I just got some dough on a hook, trying to get my bait out to where the mullet can get to them. Right about there is where the mullet were. Let's see what they do. I'm getting tired of nothing, so I just saw a mullet come out. Yay! As soon as I give up on them, they come back in with vengeance. But I just put a worm out, so let me bring that in and see if they'll hit that. Good size brim. That's bass. That's a brim. Nothing. They don't take the cork under usually. It has to be a big mullet to take the cork under. Instead, what they do is they flutter the cork and you just have to snatch. That's the reason why I'm not using my special DIY hook. That hook doesn't do that well for mullet. I've used it in the past. It will hook them, but it's hard. Alright guys, we got something on. Let's see what we got. I think it's a bass. Might be a redfish, but I think it's bass. No, it's a mullet. We caught our target species. Target acquired. We caught a mullet. So this is a mullet, guys. This is what we've been after the whole time. And see how it's hooked right there? That's about the only place you can hook them. The rest of it is near impossible. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put him in the thump net. So see how his lip just ripped off? Yeah, they do that. I toss this right there. And stay right there. I'm gonna put me on another bait, cause obviously that was the right depth. And that's a good mullet. Hadn't had a mullet that big in a while. Looking at mullet everywhere, and this is what I catch. This right here is another species. This is a long-eared sunfish. It's a juvenile. Don't have all the markings that you normally see, but you can see that long ear. Oops, buddy, I'm trying to save you. There you go. So there's that. I don't know what the deal is. They're biting funny. And these are big mullet too. I can see them shimmering, swirling right there where my cork is. Can't get them to hit, save my life. Alright, so it's getting sunset. GoPro don't like this kind of stuff. This is final cast. Don't catch anything. I'm going to go ahead and make the track up because it is kind of dangerous with these rocks. Well, another one. Alright. Like I said, I may just stay a while, but there he is. Another one right there. Fish are throwing up a storm. They're ready to get out of the net. I'm ready to put them in or release them back into the Crisco Sea. Isn't this pretty? Sadly, I must go. In case you're wondering why you're seeing a weird angle, it's because I have fallen on these dangerous rocks and I'm trying to get up. I'm up. I'm moving. This right here was a knife blade of a rock, so we're gonna try to take it a little easier. Alright, so I took a pretty good tumble down the rocks. I rolled down some of them and then landed up backwards on my head. I had a rock that's like a knife blade that I just missed. That's one did most of the scraping on my leg right there. Was that one that was knife blade. That's gonna be pretty. It'll be nice and purple tomorrow. My hip is hurting, my back is hurting. I don't know what other damage I've done, but all in all, superficial. Got 2 fish. Alright guys, I just wanted to step in for a second and let you know what happened. The thump net caught the rocks, and that's what caught me from getting hurt, so it did help me there. So just to give you an idea what happened, the thump net, one of the floats, or actually 2 of the floats, got caught under one of the rocks. And as I was falling, the rock I was on was shifting and it threw me. And when it threw me, I grabbed a hold of that rope, and that is what lowered me down enough that I didn't land as hard as I did. I am hurting all over. One leg is tore up, another leg feels like it's tore up, my back got hurt. I could hear my gun hitting the rock, which hurt my soul more than anything. So thankfully, thank God, and that thump net being wrapped around that rock was a godsend. Otherwise I could have been hurt. And it's probably what swung me away from that real jagged rock, because if I landed on that, that would have been a puncture wound. That would have cut me. I don't know if I would have made it out. So I'm very thankful for that. This is my other leg. I told you it was hurting, so yeah, I got ate up pretty bad. You can see on the gun handle there, that's what happened. This is why I carry with me where I go fishing, so it ate up that gun handle. And remember me talking about the thump net getting caught up in the rocks? Well, it busted. I landed with such thud, it busted 2 of these little zip ties. So that's pretty good lick. Alright, so this is our 2 mullet. We're going to go ahead and get them cleaned up. YouTube does not allow me to show that. We'll do the outro, and then you'll probably see these on an episode of Cooking with Ken.